It is Wellness Wednesday here on CB24 Breakfast, and on the program today, it's June, which also marks Men's Health Month. And today we're taking time to focus on men's mental health.
Yeah, it's definitely a subject that our next guest dedicates a lot of time and energy to. Business coach and learning and development specialist Danny Stone joins us for this edition of Wellness Wednesdays. Danny, so great to have you in the studio and to meet you for the first time. Look, so many people invest so much of themselves into succeeding in business, and mental wellness often gets overlooked, especially when it comes to men and boys, where, you know, that whole focus on winning, achievement is at the forefront. So what kind of impact, you know, can that have, especially as I'm a mom of 3 boys, you have a son. I don't know if you have a son, but, you know, we're really trying to raise the next generation of men. What does that do?
Well, I think there's a lot of pressure on boys and men. You know, it starts from a young age where when they fall down, they say, just get up, dust yourself off, don't cry. And I think as young boys, we carry that into manhood, and we learn to suppress our emotions. And so we don't talk about the things that are going on. And what happens is it takes a mental and physical toll on us as boys and men.
Yeah, there's definitely a compartmentalization that happens as a man, even as a boy and teenager, whatever. You're right, you go through these stages of life and you just kind of like say, okay, I'm going to put this over here and kind of move on and deal with it later. And maybe you don't. So if you don't necessarily keep your mental health in mind or sort of do your own sort of, you know, checkup from the neck up, as they say, what could be a wake-up call for men or boys in situations like this?
Well, a wake-up call could be like a major panic attack or an anxiety attack, or you just feel like you don't want to get out of bed, or really low energy for a very long time. Or you're out of character, you're just not yourself. Like, people notice signs in you that you're not the way that you typically are. And those can be some really kind of lead to more extreme things down the road.
Yeah. So in terms of parenting, if, you know, you're a parent and you have young boys, and your kid's crying, or they're playing sports, and when we see this a lot of sports culture where the parents get aggressive and they get in there as well, like, what should we be telling our boys, our kids, that it's okay to cry, that it's okay to express themselves?
That's exactly it. The first thing is to let them know that it's okay to acknowledge your emotions. You don't have to be happy and strong, quote unquote strong, all the time. It's okay to tell us how you're feeling, and encourage them to tell you how they're feeling. It's okay, I hear you. Acknowledge their feelings, acknowledge what you're hearing, so that they'll be more open and honest throughout their teenage years.
And perhaps things like this will help. But, you know, you look at Justin Bieber, for example, Shawn Mendes, pushing pause on their careers here, really for the sake of their mental health, acknowledging, you know, that they're dealing with something, whatever it may well be. Do you think that has a good positive influence on the sort of younger generation, seeing, you know, pop stars effectively acknowledging, hey, I need to work on myself before I can do anything for you, kind of? Yeah,
I think over the last 2 or 3 years, you're seeing more and more celebrities being vulnerable and being open. And I think us as men and boys seeing that opens the door for us to be more open and vulnerable. So I definitely am seeing that because celebrities like Justin Bieber are coming out, more and more men are being vulnerable and sharing their stories and talking about their feelings.
Yeah, we even had that thing about, I think it was a few celebrities admitting that they go to Disneyland, and hey, there's no stigma to that, which is great. I like that. Okay, so before we let you go, Danny, what are some personal development tips and habits you have for men and boys that they can incorporate into their daily lives, you know, for a healthier lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about acknowledging how you feel, but one of the major ones is to get active. Get up, get outside, get into nature, go for a walk, a bike ride, get to the gym, because we know there's so many physical and mental benefits of exercise. And when we exercise, that releases endorphins, and those are the things that make us feel good about ourselves. So that's definitely something that we need to do. And another thing I would say is listen to something positive. Affirmations, watch a motivational video. And if you really want to take it to another level, when you're feeling great about yourself, find like an affirmation, a positive statement, and you read it, but record yourself so you can play it back to yourself when you're not feeling great about yourself.
I love that one.
Yeah. Danny Stone, thank you so much for this. Really appreciate it. This is Men's Health Month, and this is a great conversation. Appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Danny. Appreciate it.